What's up, guys? Alexander, obviously. So, topic of discussion. Hopefully you all are familiar with the thread I posted earlier. Hey, what's up, Annie? You all familiar with the thread I posted earlier regarding the self-improvement obsession in regards to people just becoming overly consumed with the idea that every waking moment, every single second, every hour they spend every day, something has to be getting better. You have to be working, you have to be producing something, you have to be creating. And the improvement game, self-improvement game, obviously I encourage all of you guys every day in various aspects that you should improve in some fashion. Mentally, physically, spiritually. You learn something, you taught something, you built a new relationship, what have you. There's lots and lots of ways to do that. That said, though, and this is an uncommon problem, since the majority of people need to be motivated to do something, not, constrained from doing too much. But it is a problem for people where they get in their heads that you have to be producing at such a level all the time, 24/7, that it actually starts to degrade your productivity and degrade your creativity. And really, this is to your detriment to actually just producing in the first place, because you've set it upon yourself that you can't relax, you can't take a break, and it's your belief now. You now have the belief that if you're not doing something at any given time, then time is wasted. You're wasting your time if you're not working. And there's a ton of marketing that surrounds this. There's various, self-help gurus, or perhaps maybe self-improvement gurus, or just, work icons in a way where they promote the hustle and grind. I love those two words, hustle and grind. It's so generic. It always works. You need to be hustling. No shit, really. You need to work at things for things to happen. Really. That's pretty axiomatic. It's pretty self-evident. But there's a lot of marketing attached to it. And they promote their lifestyles oftentimes as being ones where they literally barely sleep and barely eat and don't see their family and really don't seem to do anything other than to be working on something, whatever it is they say they're working on. There's a lot of platitudes that surrounds this. And a lot of it's bullshit. A lot of it, guys, is bullshit. I would attribute probably about 80% of it is bullshit. I've worked with a lot of high-performing clients, hyper-successful people in various industries, medical, legal, entertainment, etc., financial. And some of them have been worth millions upon millions upon millions, $1 billion even. Very successful people. What did they all have in common? They just got work done. Basic as that. They just got work done. That was it. I've had a client, entertainment lawyer, worth ungodly amount of money. What did he do every day? What was his productivity routine? Did he meditate and practice stoicism and fucking take cold showers and drink mushroom coffee and whatever the fuck else? No. He woke up every day, 7, 8-ish, drank coffee, went to his office around 10, took care of shit. He was very good at prioritizing. He was very big on what's a priority. That's what gets done. He was very productive that way. He'd leave work, he'd come to the gym, he'd train, he'd go back for an hour or two. His day was done at 5 or 6. 10 to 6 day. Not even a 9, I guess you'd say that's a 9 to 5, but very generic 8-hour work day. That guy was worth upwards of $100 million. Wow, what the fuck was his secret? He worked. He was an intelligent person, and he applied himself at something, and he built up incrementally over a period of years. Did he start off like that? No, he started off fucking grunt work like everybody else, doing shit that was basic, that sucked. But, grunt work aside, what was he practicing? Consistency. He set out that I want to be real successful. I'm going to work every day on something, and whatever I get done that day will get done, but I'm not going to have a day where I just felt like I wasted my time. And he was a very focused guy, but it was also a relaxed attitude. He didn't obsess over how productive, the quantitative measure of his day was. What mattered to him was that he showed up, something moved forward, even if it was one thing, and that was good enough. That sufficed. He sought to try and do the best he could in everything. He practiced excellence. He took care of his health. He had a life outside of his job, a limited one, but he did have a life to some degree, and it worked out. I could give a lot of examples that way in a lot of different areas. This idea that you're going to, sit in front of your desk or be in the office and just not leave. And it, like I said, every second, you're putting forth what? What are you making? A lot of things that involve work, they take time, they take waiting, they take patience. There's a lot of backtracking. There's a lot of having to sit and think. What am I going to work on? If you're in a group collaboration setting, if you're leading a company, if you are, perhaps collaborating in, like a tech environment like some of my clients, a lot of it's just you're in meetings, you're having to look shit up, you're researching, you're not working, nothing is getting made at that point. You have to learn, you have to teach yourself. It's a process of acquirement and then synthesis, and then you can go out and then you can put forth into what you're trying to apply to. It's not continuous 24/7 hustle grind, fucking, again, generic, just work your ass off. Are you working? Yes, but that means a lot of things. There's more nuance to this than anyone wants to admit to or speak about. Questions at all? I'm talked out. I think you guys get the idea. It's 23 night. Watch it if you want to. I don't ask anybody to watch anything that I, post. That's entirely of your own volition. I like your stuff and find it inspiring. Thank you. I suppose the other point to make, people, which I kind of sidetracked myself on. Do you work to live, or do you live to work? Those are two different things. Someone mentioned Ecclesiastes earlier. Very good chapter to read in the Bible, but to simplify it, there's that perception now. Who are you speaking of? Who? I don't give names of who I work with, ever. Confidentiality. There's that perception now, like I said, that you should live to work. And for a lot of you younger guys, especially the ones that seem to be in your 20s-ish, early 20s, you have the idea that people are kicking your ass and you're way behind and people are ahead of you. Maybe people are ahead of you. That, full disclosure, there's lots of people that are ahead of me. Millions of people are ahead of me. If you want to view it things in a hyper-competitive, in a purely competitive aspect, yes, a lot of people are beating you. Because that's the way of the world. What matters is, are you working towards something consistently? It's getting done? Excellent. Don't take it upon yourself that you need to live to work for forever. You're trying to create a life for yourself. Books to read. Honestly, guys, I don't have much recommendations for books in terms of success books. What have I read recently? 10X Rule was good. That's a good book. Car backloading theory, complete fucking bullshit. Kiefer already got disproven 10,000 times. Not going to talk about that. This shit. 10X Rule, that was really good. Grant Cardone. He has a very simple formula, Cardone. Just, you work a lot. there's no fanciness to it. It's set big goals, think big, and then just go and do the work required and do more than you think you need to do, and hopefully it works out. Again, it's a very basic formula. Basic fucking formula. There's no hacking in that book. It's just priority, goal, bigger, go at it, excess. Do more and do more. Pretty simple. His success, I think, speaks for himself. Another good book off the top of my head. I think people promote work because a lot of people can be lazy. A lot of people are lazy. I mean, that's the thing with giving this kind of advice. Some of you guys are lazy pieces of shit, I have no doubt, and you need someone to literally get you off your ass and go do something. That's a different set of advice. It's a different, that might be telling you different things. Some of you, though, I get messages from you. You're in school, you got your degree, you're working now, and you're trying what can I do to optimize more? You're doing all the right things. For a lot, not a lot of you, but for a plurality of you, you need to relax a little bit and take some downtime for yourself, and that will actually enhance your productivity because now you have more mental energy to put towards what you want to put towards. If I miss questions right now, I'm sorry. I'm talking, I'm not really paying attention. What was the other book I was going to recommend? Oh, from this morning, Compound Effect, Darren Hardy. Gets very redundant after the first chapter, really, but compound effect, what does it mean? What you repeat builds an effect over time. Compounding interest, that's basically the whole book. Behavior, action, thoughts, feeling, friends, all that builds. Best trait, skill to have as an entrepreneur, believe that you can learn anything. When you're working, how should you times of release to? I'm not really sure what the question was. In terms of entrepreneurship, I don't consider myself an entrepreneur, guys. I'm a freelancer. But my belief that I think has attributed to me being able to, remake myself after having failed so many fucking times, I always believe I can learn from everything. Just period. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what the domain is, the skill is. Literally anything. You can pick any subject. You can pick any subject right now. Think you can learn astrophysics? Yeah, give me a month. Always believe that you can learn everything. what you do, what you realize when you do that, since, same thing with, let's give an example, generic examples. My marketing for my website, my email list, which I've done very successfully, and based upon interacting with other online marketers, they've been incredibly impressive. Like, how did you do that? I taught myself and I tried things. That's it. That's literally it. I decided that I could learn it myself. I didn't need to hire an online marketer or hire a consultant or go talk to somebody that's going to fucking tell me how to get people signed for emails. I read content, I put things into practice, I saw it worked, and I did it. And at a certain point, I think when my email list, when it gets to 10,000, I'll share what I did. But, to that point, I'm just keep building it. When you're working, how should you times to release, let loose, and have fun is needed, correct? Yes, it's not just letting loose and having fun, guys. On a physiological level, your brain needs reprieve from production. You can't sit and write and think and study for 15 hours, 20 hours straight. You can't. You literally cannot. Your fucking neurological activity will become overloaded. Your synapses are going to start slowing down. Your brain will rebel. So what does that mean? For basically, on a basic, like I said, physical level, it means you need to take time away. Maybe you work for 55 minutes. What's the Pomodoro method? It's like 25 on, 10 minutes off, something like that. I'm probably screwing it up. But you work for some period of time, you take a break, you think about it, you relax, you go back to it. That's very, very common across the whole, the entire of the world, actually. You go to any country, go to Spain, they have a siesta. 25-5, is that what it is? Thank you. Go to Spain, they have a 2-hour siesta for lunch. You go to, I remember when I was in India, they'll work, they start work their days very late in the morning, 10, 11 a.m. people start working at times. They'll work late. They take a very long dinner, 3 or 4 hours. The people stay up late in the evening. There's lots of different kinds of schedules, but all of them have the same thing in it that, people are not robots. Good point. People need relaxation. Your body needs to recover. As I said, that's basic. It's not just you're making shit, that's not me making shit up. Your brain needs to recover, and then you go back to what you need to do. As to the specificities of that, you have to figure that out for yourself. Everyone's a little bit different. Some people can work longer than others. Some people, after an hour, or after 30 minutes, they find they want to get back up, walk around, and go back to it. Depends. Quality sleep makes a difference. Thoughts on Ubuntu running in a pack to increase velocity to your guy? I have no idea what the fuck that is. Ubuntu? Total ignorance. Tell me about it. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Alright, that was good. I need the carbs. Any more questions, people? Give it like 2 minutes. Good questions, not bullshit questions. What's your morning routine? I really don't fucking have a morning routine, guys. I work late. I'll be up till 2 a.m. a lot. So right now I sleep from about 2 a.m. to 10. Dead serious. I wake up at 10 a.m. So I fall asleep at 2 a.m. Wake up at 10 a.m. I drink coffee, and then I read and write. Read, write, tweet. Go through emails. Do that for a few hours. Go to the gym. Obsessive exercise. I'm not really sure what you mean by obsessive exercise. Unless someone, but speaking to what? Someone obsessed with exercising? That's a generic, you're addicted to something that gives you an endorphin rush. What does one need to know to figure out, before figuring out macro range for losing fat? You need to know your metabolic rate. Why does it seem easier to say for 8 hours in college, but now it's a chore up there too? Because in college, your life was a lot fucking simpler, dude. What was your life in college? Classes? A girl that you wanted to bang? Your parents fucking calling you? The more complicated your life gets, or really, the older you get, and the more intelligent you get, the more experience you get, the more complicated your life gets, the harder it becomes to focus on any one thing and simplify things. Just reality of the situation. Reality of living. Going back to the macro question, though. So you need to calculate your metabolic rate. No, I do not do green juice. I think it's a fucking waste. Calculate your metabolic rate. So there's formulas online that can do that for you. It's going to spit out a metabolic rate in terms of calories. Then you need to break that down to macro ranges. Our macro numbers, in terms of protein, carbs, fat. Lots of collaboration running in a pack. Oh, wait, you're talking about collaboration? Collaboration should always make you better. So, I'm not really sure what the specific context is, but if you're someone that's a freelancer or you want to start your own business and you're thinking, would it help to work with others? maybe not go into business with them, but you should absolutely have people that are an inner circle, so to speak, that form a coupling of who you talk to and who balance out your particular strengths and weaknesses. Yeah, definitely. Best exercises for arm and chest gains. Basic as shit, dude. Get the exercise guide. Bicep curls, chest presses, compound movements. We good, people? One more question. Yeah, for some of you guys, if you're not on the email list, get on the fucking email list. A lot of these questions are things I literally answer weekly. So you think self-help gurus are frauding because they try to dismiss genetical factors? I don't even think that's a fucking word, genetical, but I'm going to start using it. I don't think they're frauds. It's just they are farcical in the presentation of their work-life obsession and how they work. And they use that as part of their appeal. So I don't think that they're not working. Yeah, they're not lazy guys. But they create this facade that's very appealing, that gets people to buy in, obviously. And it definitely does help people, so you can't fault them for that. But it's not the whole picture. We have this tendency as a society where we trend towards absolutism. We want to think that everything is either or. This, that. Yes, no. It has to be one or the other. Very few things are that simple, guys. Principles can be either or. Certain situations in life, yes, you will have to make a yes or no decision. But, for work, for love, for relationships, for business, for building something, for skill building, for creativity, for, this personal development, it is not a singular do this, do that. It's a spectrum of things that you have to incorporate. Best way to start to gain a following as a mentor. Best way to start to gain a following as a mentor. What makes you think you are a mentor? And I say that not punitively. If you're setting out to gain a following because you want to mentor people, I would question, what it is you think you have to offer. Not that you don't have anything to offer, but myself personally, I've not set out to be a mentor. It is not my role nor idea that I want to be a teacher of people. I started this account just to fucking fuck around on Twitter. 2 years later, I have a large following, relatively speaking. Apparently, you guys find value in what I had to say. I am not a role model for you in terms of success. I'm a role model for you in that I fail a lot, and I have failed. Henceforth, you should probably do better. But in terms of, I guess gaining a following because you want to mentor people, website, blog, YouTube, just start speaking. If you have things to offer people and you are someone that legitimately has something to teach, you will attract what you are. If you have nothing to offer, or your offering is generic or boring or just not compelling, you won't attract a following. That's, I won't say either or, but that it seems to go that way. The people that are authentic and what they have to share with people, it usually becomes pretty obvious pretty quickly, and what they do will build upon itself. The people that are just bullshitting, they're always going to be bullshitting. Actually, on that note, I'll end this there. Alright, guys, good talk. I'm going to go to the gym. Take heed of what I said. Don't kill yourselves. And also, if you are lazy, though, get your ass up and go do something.